When you've developed a fierce reputation in the ring, fighting the giants in your division, if you want the belt, then all is to die for. But giants don't go down without a fight, and Rodtang knows this. Yet, how does the tank destroy his opponents with ease? What are some of his most entertaining fights? Why is he the ultimate Muay Thai warrior of the 21st century? Let's find out. But who would dare step in the ring with him? We have ourselves a challenger, Jonathan Haggerty. There is no denying that the battles between Jonathan Haggerty and Rodtang are among the most thrilling in combat sports, but fighting Rodtang will expose where you are weak. Here is Jonathan Haggerty, also known as the General, and he is no weakling. Haggerty can fake kicks with an aggressive hip jerk and then follow through with punches and kicks without stumbling or losing his balance. A pretty unusual skill outside of Thailand indeed. He combines deft kicks with elbow strikes that may be the subject of a scary movie. Few fighters deliberately give their opponents a 12-6 with leaping elbows, but Haggerty routinely delivers these devastating blows. Styles make fights, and it is no mistake that the one flyweight belt at 135 pounds belonged to the General, but not for long. Upon dealing with ranked opposition, the tank rolled to a title shot. The General immediately took the center, skillfully wielding his long limbs. It looks like he has the engine speed. Rodtang remained in the line of fire, absorbing the champion's best offerings and demanding more, just pouring it on. Trying to work him down now, he wasn't doing that in the first 2 rounds and showed how the real ones do it in Thailand. The tank kept widening the gap, killing any hope for a comeback. He claims the world title at 22 years old. Dusted, but the dust hasn't settled yet. The first encounter with Jonathan Haggerty left some questions unanswered. This prompted the organization to set up a rematch. And 5 months after the last bout now, the show is on. Rodtang immediately uncorked a batch of hooks and visited the liver. After discovering the Achilles heel, he focused on working the body in a distance and no longer noticed the incoming traffic driving the victim into a corner. The stocky menace could sense the finish and continue the assault. Haggerty should have known that there is only one gear in Rodtang's combat style, and that's forward. He's not a front-foot fighter, though, who stalks targets to attack. Rather, he overwhelms his opponents by firing blistering body shots directly at them. The most significant strike ever landed by a kickboxer or Muay Thai fighter is 889. Guess who holds the record? Rodtang. The Iron Man has achieved this many shots in his Muay Thai and kickboxing matches under the one brand. But the Englishman kept rising, only postponing the inevitable. The tank wins by 3 knockdowns, Berserker Supreme. But to confirm his status as the ultimate Muay Thai warrior, see what becomes of Samingpri Tagir Khalilov under kickboxing rules at 1. Fists of Fury. The tank immediately set off in pursuit, blasting shots up and down. Be careful of standing at this range. Jabs are heavy, but he just throws everything at the hoops. Khalilov strives to support the Flying Fists party. Good cover-up, though, and the count stays. A nice return from Khalilov as he engages in a reciprocal fire. He hit another gear in the second round, coming out full swing up a notch, attempting to widen the gap in the third stretch. Rodtang ups the pace significantly as he lands those hoops every time. The Russian kickboxer fought back inside, nearly scratching the enemy's adamantium jaw. Nearly. It wasn't enough. Rodtang keeps advancing till the end as he wins by split decision. Brutal carnage. Rodtang noticed his tendency to switch stances as he exited exchanges, cutting off his adversary. The Iron Man started chopping away with a well-timed kick to his rear leg. Both competitors agreed to fight on a week's notice, so this likely wasn't his game plan. Rodtang learned on the job, but tonight he had shut the door on his escape, immobilizing him so he had nowhere to go, forcing him to stand fight and absorb the incoming barrage. And then there are the hooks. He cuts the corner off and forces Khalilov to circle to his powerful side. Excellent maneuver for a powerful finish. Yet, the Iron Man can take as many blows as he dishes out. He could even let you take a shot for free. With all the worthy contenders wiped out, a daring challenger was found in the face of the one-division champion below, Joseph Lasiri. And right here in Kallang, Singapore, the crowd is wild, having every bit of the moment. Rodtang exploded with fast bursts. The tank willingly takes the blows, trying to persuade the Italian to face him squarely. but Lasiri remains evasive. Not getting the desired outcome, the champion set off chasing and punished the marathon runner whenever possible. In the 5th frame, he expressed his shame for the last time and ensured a firework ending. Undisputed, you should know it is impossible to describe Rodtang Jitmuangyon's fighting style other than as fierce and unrelenting. The tank is renowned for its strong punches, bone-crushing kicks, and unbreakable chin that defies opponents' attempts to penetrate it. Ask Lasiri. In addition to this, he possesses an unwavering mental toughness, as well as the exceptional capacity to advance unrelentingly, crushing anyone unfortunate enough with a never-ending flurry of blows. Savage, like the crimson mask of new boy Jiduo Yibu. Once again, putting the belt aside, Iron Man strapped on the big gloves in a kickboxing match. He met with the Chinese prospect Jiduo Yibu. Rodtang strolls around the cage like it is his property, slowly warming up his arms down into his punches. With every movement that Rodtang makes forward, the Chinese shooter tries to snipe back, but can't hurt the tank's armor. The champion is chaining strikes together, leaning into kicks more heavily. Yibu tries to deflect Rodtang's attacks, but gets a crimson mask for his troubles. That's brutal. It's easy to see why Rodtang's opponents so often act increasingly hopeless and helpless as the seconds tick by. In so many Rodtang fights, his opponents are reduced to timidity, and more than once the referee has had to intervene to break the mental deadlock and remind them to fight. In other words, Rodtang's intense pressure makes them change their priorities. Instead of seeking the glory of victory, they return to the very roots of all martial arts training: survival. In the end, the tank deliberately pulls a bit back, obviously not wanting to leave Yibu mortally wounded. He has already messed up the opponent, but Yibu doesn't get knocked out. As for these touches, these aren't damaging shots. Final seconds off the clock here in the 3rd and final round. Mutual respect here. Thus, Rodtang wins the 12th consecutive fights under the one banner, setting a promotion record. He would go on to extend that record to establish himself as the ultimate Muay Thai warrior of the 21st century. Although he is well known for his punches, the Bangkok native also possesses powerful knees, elbows, and kicks, so facing him will never be a walk in the park. He has risen to the top of the art of 8 limbs pound-for-pound rankings, and as his nickname suggests, Rodtang's chin appears to be made of iron. Knowing that he can take one to give one, the Fathalung native's unparalleled punch resistance gives him the courage to charge in and deliver his blows. Even though the Iron Man taps his chin and accepts his opponent's punches to the face without recoiling, he also plays strong defense. He not only defends them, he punishes them. He does this with the vice grip tape catch that he changed into devastating encounters. Once his opponent's leg is stuck, Rodtang will use the hold to push, pull, or turn his opponent, off-balancing them for whatever comes next or throwing them to the canvas. And if Rodtang catches your kick, being tossed on your is like winning the jackpot, because most are not so lucky. The Iron Man's punishment of choice is to punch with his free hand, wrecking opponents when he releases their leg with gut-wrenching body shots as his weapon of choice. When the tank pulls you in, you will feel the heat. The Iron Man might have a jaw of granite that's immovable and unshakable, but after 300-plus fights at the age of 26, he has to stop taking punches for free. For instance, research on the life and career of Muhammad Ali has both shown and stated that Ali had strong evidence of Parkinson's disease, possibly Parkinson's syndrome, resulting from repeated head trauma. But as long as Rodtang draws breath, he remains the ultimate Muay Thai warrior of the 21st century. See how another living legend, Huakar, fights at the age of 40. Stay tuned for both old and new stories from MMA rings.